Yoruba have an adage. Ìgbà tá bá fi lé Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ kì í fàya. Àwo tá bá fi lé Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ kì í fọ́. Meaning, whatever thing you put in God's care, because He cannot deny Himself, He is God and He respects His name. He cannot fail. Somebody will say, I could not eat before, and after the prayer-chanting, and I prayed, God healed me. Some other person will say, I used to have, somebody said, every day, somebody will sleep with her.
Just
every
mess her
day.
up in the dream.
Just vandalize her in the dream for 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
After prayer-chanting, the demon stopped. I watch Indians and I say these are the most beautiful people God has created, but they have not recognized the true God. There are very little fraction of them that recognizes the true God. But how can I mold a golden calf or a golden beautiful woman or whatever it is called, and I carry my God? You can't carry your God. You can't carry your God. Your God is too awesome. The real God is too awesome for any man to carry.
It's another very lovely, wonderful day on Asabi Africa TV. Today, the 18th day of the month of August, year 2022. We want to thank God for another very dynamic opportunity, though it's an impromptu because we've been trying to arrange an encounter with her due to the high demand from all over across the world, saying that we should bring her back to shed light on some relevant information that has to do with healing, that has to do with medicine, that has to do with spiritual emancipation and all that. And we were not preparing it when we got a call that she's going to give us time as scheduled today, and we have to rush down. We didn't prepare really, but we thank God that we have the chance to meet her because she's on her way for a special journey and some other activities lined up. And we are talking about the medicine woman, the evangelist, the Reverend Evangelist, and a woman of God in the person of Reverend Evangelist Dr. Pere Hannah from the land of Bayelsa, the land of the Ijaw. I want to thank God for this wonderful moment. I want to thank God for our time and especially for our aides that gave us the rare chance and the rare opportunity to engage her today, Thursday, 18th day of August, year 2022. We want to thank you for your time again. We know it has been so very busy and so, can we call it Herculean because of the kind of calls, but if you look at some of the videos, people have been asking that we should bring you back, we should ask more questions because we also got testimony of healing, of deliverance. I mean, especially people that are suffering from health-related issue, gallbladder, bone and all that, fractured bone. Some of them even to the extent of spiritual challenges, like, what can I call it, psychology problem and all that. So, but how is the experienced man, and why do you think there's a lot of commendations and recommendations all over, man?
I give all the praise to God. I want to say God cannot deny Himself.
God cannot deny Himself.
Anything you put in His care, cannot be destroyed. Yoruba have an adage. Ìgbà tá bá fi lé Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ kì í fàya. Àwo tá bá fi lé Ọlọ́run lọ́wọ́ kì í fọ́. Meaning, whatever thing you put in God's care, because he cannot deny himself, he is God and he respects his name. He cannot fail. There are even so many testimonies that I've not even been able to see through, as in
or to express.
Muslims, or to express Muslims, whatever religion. I just tell them, do this, pray like this, God will answer them.
In fact, there is a lot of commendation I forgot to ask. From that praise chant interview, a lot of people are giving so much testimonies that they've been using the praise chant and it's working wonders in their life. So how do you face the pressure now?
The issue is that more pressure and pressure, but God gives the grace. Like the day before yesterday, I was weary because calls were coming in up to 12 midnight. And when I was, and some of them are, the newcomers are so pathetic. The challenges they have make tears roll down my cheeks. And I for example, somebody is telling me that she had cancer. And she has done everything possible. She was better. She could not stool.
Okay.
Things are terrible. And she took chemo and she did everything and she was better and she was happy. And they came to give her injection again in the dream and the thing resumed all over. And tears just came out of my eyes. Is it somebody that came to Nigeria, visit Nigeria, and then after came for a ceremony after he's done and he got back to his, got back abroad and went to the office, he was strong and he came back to his door to open his door and he fell and cannot walk again. Pathetic situations. Is it somebody that will have fibroid and it is so mountainous? No child, no children, no husband, no joy. Different cases, but God has been too faithful that when they praise chant, they begin to see the hand of God. Somebody will say, I could not eat before, and after the prayer chanting and I prayed, God healed me. Some other person will say, I used to have, somebody said, every day somebody will sleep with her.
Just
every
mess her
day.
up in the dream.
Just vandalize her in the dream for 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
After praise chanting, the demon stopped. And last I told all those, if you have spirit husband, you have spirit wife, you are being vandalized, praise chant. God comes down and there will be transformation. My workers, they are working with me. They don't take it serious. But one of them said, Mommy, I praise chanted and the power of God came down. I cannot even express my PA. He said the power of God came down that somebody called at that instance and the person was feeling the power at the other end and the person was speaking in tongues. Like, what's happening to you? I have a transference of unction from the phone. As I'm talking to you, I feel transference of unction from the phone, and the person was speaking in tongues. And the person was like, what's happening there? She said, this is the first time I tried this praise chant. And on her birthday,
Jesus Christ.
She sat down. I'm not going anywhere today. I just want to give God thanks. Began to chant God's praise. The kind of unction that flows when you praise chant, when God, it's not possible that when God comes down. I've never seen where darkness ever comprehend light.
That's a big one.
Darkness does not ever comprehend light. Once there is darkness, and the smallest light that comes in, darkness disappears.
Darkness vamoose.
And so, praise chanting attract God's presence, and when God comes down, it comes down with awesome light, great light. And when the light comes in, every power of darkness, you can imagine in Exodus, when the children of Israel, both in Exodus, both in Numbers, when Moses, God wants to come down, and Moses is there, and when God comes down with thick cloud, those who go in there and touch he told them, he said, don't come close so that you don't die. Because of the velocity. Because of this, the kind of the strength that is coming. And that's why, even when we sing, my ministry is attracted to singing because I love God to come down. Because I cannot do anything by myself. No man can do anything.
By himself.
Yes, it's in John chapter 15. He said, I am the true vine. And every branch that's attached to me, they bear fruit. If a branch is cut off from a tree, the tree, the branch dies.
Just naturally.
He says, so every Christian must be connected to him. If you read from John chapter 15 from verse 1, and you see everything is explained there. He says, you cannot bear any fruit without me. He said, but when you abide in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. He said, how do we recognize those who are children of God? It's in you bearing much fruit. Because from the beginning of the world, the law of multiplication, the law of bearing fruit has been imparted upon man at creation. And that's what I always open people's eyes to see. God, Genesis chapter 126, God said, let us make man in our image. I will not cease to quote it because and God made men and female in his image. And what did God do? He said, go and multiply. Go and be fruitful. Go and replenish. Go and subdue the earth. Go and have dominion. They are authorities given to every man to profit. And so, if that is the case now, why will I want to do anything once I call him into the issue, into the matter? It is settled. I tell God, if even they have offended, please forgive.
Even if they have offended,
forgive.
Have mercy.
Because they have connected you through me. Don't disgrace me. And he cannot disgrace himself. And because he loves his name, he will surely act. And he will act to glorify himself. That's why I said, may all the glory go to God.
All the glory
is for him.
Returns to God Almighty.
All the glory is for him.
So some people are even saying that we should ask that this praise chant, after listening to that song, to the music that you rendered, and they saw all the lyrics and the lines, and they are saying that, is it possible that they are using maybe something like a tesbih, what they call it, a rosary, to measure the time of
my praise chanting. I can ask for, it's in my bag there. If I'm relaxing, I'm relaxing, I'm watching TV, just relax.
In the house.
I bring this out. Somebody actually sent it to me from Canada.
That's interesting.
This. After she got to know of it, and she said, I must go and look for it. This is 1,000. This is 1,000.
It's fantastic.
So once I start,
it's fantastic.
This is 1,000. It doesn't take me time to go to 10,000 with this.
10,000.
Yes, or 20,000, or as the case may be, depending on the request. I just go to the north and I have, Jesus, thank you, Lord, thank you, and I'm busy. I'm watching what I'm watching. I concentrate. Once I do this, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. At the time, I don't say a word. I keep on saying, thank you, Lord Jesus, I bless your name, I worship you. And somebody's talking to me, I'm talking. Because I know that when it goes round, 1,000 is over. And I know 1,000 is gone. As I'm doing it, just as I'm talking to you now, I will soon get to 500. It doesn't take time. 500. 500. Just like that.
Within just how many minutes?
Yes, now? Just like that. And as I go, this is 1,000. As I go, before I say, Jack, as we are talking, somebody will ask, Mommy, what's going on? I say, don't worry, I'm talking to the person and I'm doing it. Initially, people don't understand when they come to my house in the evenings, when I don't have anything doing and I'm watching program. I love watching Z Word a lot because I love the way they are dedicated to what they do.
Z Word.
Yes, they are dedicated to what they do, but they are doing it unknowingly. They have, this is 1,000.
1,000, just like that.
I've done 1,000. Just as we are talking. So I can go 100,000.
Can you imagine?
Depending on the case, I'm asking God
to intervene.
Yes. And it doesn't take time. Now, I watch the world because they don't practice immorality while acting. Even kissing, they will not.
Okay, they don't practice immorality?
No. They are decent in their acting. So they don't.
And the storyline is strong.
Fine. But I desire one thing. I say, God, I want these people to know that these idols does not mean anything. I watch them and I pray for them. I watch Indians and I say these are the most beautiful people God has created, but they have not recognized the true God. There are very little fraction of them that recognizes the true God. But how can I mold a golden calf or a golden beautiful woman or whatever it is called, and I carry my God. You can't carry your God. You can't carry your God. Your God is too awesome. The real God is too awesome for any man to carry.
You can't carry your God like portable or something like that. Your God cannot be full.
They carry it judiciously, and it means a lot to them. They sacrifice to it. They celebrate a lot of things. Yes, I watch it. Some other Christians will come and judge me. I don't care, because they don't know my motive. As I watch them, I say, Father, touch these lives. As many, they are the second largest people in the entire world. They are almost beating China. And that kind of fraction, why will they just talk to idols? Why? And yes, you know why I feel for them? Because I was there before. My parents were worshiping idols. I grew up to meet with it. And I was one that would decorate. I would bake the idol and decorate it and put it in the right place. They cook food and everybody. I stopped worshiping it in 1969 precisely.
That's Bene Kurukuru or something like that.
Yes. I stopped. And since I stopped, I've been able to know the difference of worshiping the true God and the worshiping of the idols. And the idols demand so many stupid things that cannot be imagined.
I mean, mobile gods.
Yes,
gods
mobile gods, gods that you can. How can I carry my God? The Jehovah that I serve, Jehovah God that I serve is too awesome. He's too powerful, and I enjoy Him so much because whatever He says, He will do. Whatever God says, He will do.
Some even carry their God inside Fini bottle and
so
some inside their pouch.
And says they are God. And then one fake priest we tell them stupid things and give them rudiments and give them things that they will be doing. You have to kill this, you have to do that. Just extorting the people, just making them to waste their money. And I observe them to do a lot of rituals, they do a lot of ceremonies. And I'll say, Father, these beautiful people cannot waste. I don't know how you touch them. I don't know how you can. I wish I have an opportunity to speak that this idol worshiping, I did it. I did it for years. If I was born 1958 and 1959, 11 years was when I stopped worshiping the idol. And I made sure as I was growing, I focused on it, praying every day. And when it came 1977, when I became born again, I worked on it. I saw to it that 1970, 1979, 1980, and I made sure that idol worshiping stopped. In my family, I made them understand it doesn't have anything to offer anybody. They are powerless things.
Powerless God.
Powerless, and the devil has blinded the eyes of people, and they take it to heart with all seriousness. But the day anybody knows the true living God, you know we are dealing with an excellent level of power that cannot be measured.
The power, universal. The God of universal dedication, a God that is bigger than all
beyond.
universe.
Most people tell me, I want to come and see you for deliverance. I say there is no barrier in the spirit realm. You don't need to see me to be delivered. Talk to me where you are on the phone. So long as you are breathing the air, I speak the word of God into your life. Amen. And this God that I serve is going to touch you and you'll be healed.
They will take their healing.
Yes, and you don't need to see me.
In fact, I was shocked when somebody shared the testimony that because you spoke about Z-World, he said some Indians are even writing to you that, Mama, medicine heal, Mama, help, heal, medicine.
I don't understand India. Can somebody speak English to me?
Why are they?
They say, we and our family will depend on you for the healing of our uncle. And I told God, I said, God, you know I don't have the power, but you are the. I said, I don't know what the sin that man has committed. Every morning when we gather, we pray for him. God, heal him. I don't know what Yoruba was saying, control no. Or your Yoruba was saying, control no. That means I don't care how much what is going to cost you.
The price.
But the price, you have already paid the price on the cost of Calvary by shedding your blood. Touch this man. This thing here is that I have extreme level of passion for people that are in trouble. Because I was there before. And having experienced, I was talking to somebody and the person was talking and was crying and was saying so many terrible things that have happened to him or her.
Can you imagine?
And I began to reiterate some of my stories. And I told her, I said, what are you going to talk about? Somebody's in this world. You got no friends. You got no relations. You got no parents. It's not because they are not there, but they are not just available. I said, I was a loner because I was too sickly to be desired. You understand me? And nobody wants to communicate with me. Nobody wants to be my friend because they just look at me like a trash. And I told her, I said, have you ever gone through that before? As even when I got married, I told the person, I said, why are you so sad? I said, are you aware that the very first month I married, the very first week of our honeymoon, very first week, we had 1 month leave to enjoy our honeymoon, and the very first week, the 5th day, a girlfriend called and my husband left the bed and went after the girlfriend and traveled to be with the girlfriend for 3 weeks.
This is shocking.
Finish the honeymoon there. And then
abruptly.
and then it was as if we didn't cut. We cutted. This was a man that was all over me. He would take me to the market. I don't know how to take gifts. My parents taught me not to have free gifts. I'm always scared of gifts from childhood. You understand me? He would take me to the market. My father would tell me, I actually lost my father in 1960, right? On Independence Day. Fine, but his younger brother who took over my mother loved me so much. And according to him, it's not that I understand what he's talking about. According to him, when he was to marry, because he was a merchant navy, he was traveling all over the world, he went to all these people that can, soothsayers that can tell him, I want to marry this woman, she has 4 kids, I have a wife of mine. What am I going to do? He said, that woman is coming with 2 children, because my 2 elder brothers were dead. He said, especially the girl. He said, she's a light to the world. He said, if you bless her, you'll be blessed. If you take care of her, you can't give her 10 naira and not receive 1,000. He said, how? He said, but she's very sick. He said, don't worry, take care of her. She and her brother, they will take care of you, and they will be the ones that will bury you. And so he went ahead and married my mother. And because of that, anytime he wants to travel abroad, he will take care of me, he will do me good. When he travels, he will be so blessed, so blessed. And when he comes back, he will say, where's my first daughter? And I wasn't his daughter, so his own real children hate me like, up to as I speak, we are not close. And I came to steal their father from them.
And they thought you stole the affection.
Yes.
That's supposed to have for them.
And then this is what I transferred that affection to them. I love them, I take care of them, but no matter what I do to them, they don't want to see. They are not interested. The hatred so much. I was walking in a lonely life. And I told the person, I said, do you know, because of all that I was experiencing in my home, I thought if I could marry, I would have peace.
Yeah, eventually.
And I was so happy that marriage was coming on.
Just like that. And that is going to eradicate your loneliness.
I didn't know that was the beginning of another chapter that no man can never talk about. I can't tell you the details of what I experienced in my marital life. My very first marriage, though it's late now. A man that he will take me to the market and say, just pick what you want. I said, I can't do it. I cannot do it. He said, but what kind of woman are you? I want to buy you clothes. I said, I don't like clothes. I'm okay with what I have. And when I would not do it, he would just put his hand into the shelves and then pick anything that he feels that is. Because then I used to wear, we were in the Apostle Church and Deeper Life, we wear turtleneck and stuff. You look for those kind of clothes and we pick like 3 or 4 for me. I say, I don't want. You say, it's you that knows, you buy it for me. If he closes by 4 in his office and I'm on afternoon duty, I'm going to close by 9 o'clock. In fact, the first job I did, he was one that got it for me. And as in the love he showed to me was way beyond imagination. And then when he closes by 4, he come and sit and wait for me from 4 o'clock till 9 p.m.
9 p.m. from 4.
From 4. And he will sit by me.
That's 5 hours.
Yes. And it doesn't have chance to, because I was working in a cage. I was counting raw cash while I was working in NITEL. You know, people pay raw cash to me to make calls, to do facsimile, to do telex and cable and stuff like that. Those days. He will be there. It's not as, and when there is no customer, you come and stand by the cage and chat with me and laugh with me. And I thought it was all over. But the devil is wicked, he knows. And then when we married, and that first bank came on me, I said, God. I called my friends, and I did not know any man. It was my first man in my life. And I called my friends and said, I've entered one chance. They said, what do you mean? I said, my husband has gone away with another woman. Oh God. I said, just barely 5 days after the wedding. He said, you cannot. I said, I want to opt out. He said, but you know, we are good Christians. We don't divorce. Oh God.
That's so shocking.
We don't divorce. So you have to.
It's like a marital dilemma.
Yes, you have to bear it till the end. I believe, according to the scriptures, God does not like divorce. I told my mom, like, she's not Yoruba woman, but she's like, the interpretation is, she say it in my dialect, she say, "Mi o le moko ki mali."
I can't know
your husband and know another person that I will call your boyfriend. As far as I'm concerned, you are married, you don't believe, you are our first daughter, you cannot disgrace us. So I had to make do with whatever I saw. I had to make do with it. And when after so many weeks he came back, and because that was not the telephone we had was landline in the office.
Yeah, in those days.
We didn't have hand phone, so I didn't know where to get him. I was worried sick. I said, hey God, what will people call me? Something has happened to my husband. I would cry. Oh God. And I was pregnant. I just took him.
Can you imagine?
The first touch, I just became pregnant. And then by the time he came back after 3 weeks, I said, what happened? Where did you go? He said, are you okay?
Just like that?
Are you normal? You want to tell me where I should go? But before he came, one of the brothers that said, Yahoo, stop worrying yourself. Your husband is enjoying himself with his girlfriend. Is he on honeymoon there? You're crying here. Why are you crying?
But the honeymoon is supposed to be for you.
And the honeymoon is supposed to be for me. You understand? So the things I've seen in my life, the devil thought doing that to me is to make me. He has even hardened me, and I look at him and just laugh. I say, you are a fool.
Wanted to break you.
I know.
Ugao.
He came back and he said, please. Do I need to take permission from you to go to where I'm going? What am I supposed to mean? What's your problem? I'm an adult. I can do what I like with my life. And as I was talking, and I dare not talk too much. If I talk too much, the next thing I receive is a hard slap. I have received 6 slaps at a stretch from him before. Forever arguing with him.
You didn't collapse.
Collapse. I'm a Bayelsa woman. We are rugged people.
I was thinking you're going to collapse and just find the same. No. I know Bayelsans is on the warrior. Bayelsans,
we are rugged people. If you go to my land, you see our women. They walk like men. A normal, average Bayelsa woman is tough. They walk, and they work hard.
I know.
They believe in the truth. They believe in what they do, and they work hard.
Justice.
And they make sure that they work hard to take care of their children. In fact, they take care of their children and train their children to high institution even more than the fathers.
I've been to Kolokuma, I've been to Yanogwa, and I've been to Amasoma. Wilberforce Island. So I think before she died, thank God, Magdalene is Alamesia, the woman that born GSB Alamesia. Is a very strong woman in that community in Amasoma and all that. So I know you Bayelsa women are very strong people.
But whatever happens, I bought it like that.
So you took, so that means that you can now convince that kind of person going through those kind of frustrative moments.
When they are talking, I say, please forget it.
So people even want to kill themselves.
I say, because of a man. I said, but amazingly, I stayed, I gave birth to 4 children for him. But I had 10 pregnancies. But I lost a lot of pregnancies. Number one reason is because I jumped from 5th floor and I hit my bumps on the floor. So I had major prolapse. So I was taking it randomly and I was discharging randomly.
That's the NITEL fire.
Yes, but then I needed care that I never got in my home. No, The moment my husband hears that I'm pregnant, oh, another girlfriend, he's right away.
He's on his own honeymoon.
He's on another honeymoon. So it was a thing. As I'm having one child, as I'm pregnant for one child, before I give birth, another woman is pregnant. It's as simple as ABC. And a learned man, a lawyer for that matter, that knows the law. So we want to take him to court. But
maybe he's talking about the law of fraternity.
But amazingly,
the law of fraternity.
I have never seen a giver like him. He has his good parts. And a very good cook, the most wonderful cook. He can cook. He's one that taught me how to cook okra soup with onions, big onions. You eat it, you think they put something else. This man will cook different meals and call on his friends. Hey, come to my house. I have good meals. And if he make sure everybody eats. If you want to take a salary, you don't know I'm going to take my salary tomorrow. Please come. And they will come, they will queue, we share money for them. But he can't give me money now. When I ask him money, he ask me, are you crazy? Is it your father that sent me to school? It's like, you are mad. So the devil he's been looking for me for several years that this woman will not have joy.
Okay.
And my children used to make jest of me and they will say, Mama, love killing me and die. What kind of love is that? It was killing you, you were there. You gave birth to the first, second, third, fourth. He said, the Bible did not teach you that way. You are the one that just chose. Say, assuming you die now, you won't give birth to me. They will just make jest of me and say, please don't talk about this love. We don't want to hear of it.
Oh, go.
Yes, it was bad, so bad that if my husband is coming from the office, somebody who works in Central Bank who has so much money, he can take a bundle of money, crispy notes in his coat pocket. As he goes out, when he comes back, the money is gone.
Just for flenjo.
Just for flenjo.
Oh, God.
And so, but if he's coming, even though I'm watching television, I was watching television, and I hear his
horn.
No, I will quickly run to the bed and wrap myself. I'll be snoring. So that I will not receive a slap. Why? Especially if I don't have money to do good meals for him. And the good meals, and as he's coming, he's passing the kitchen, he opens the pot. If it's good meal, fine. If it's bad meal, I'm in for trouble.
It's bad meal, bad mood.
And then if he's in a good mood, he will allow me. But if he's not in a good mood, as I wrap myself, he will give me a tough blow.
Just to
you are mad.
To ignite you from
your husband has not come back from work and you are sleeping. It's like something is wrong with your brain.
Okay.
So you are not afraid. And this time I'm talking about is around few minutes to 12. Forget it. So when women are telling me this and that, I will ask them simple questions.
That's a very big one.
I can't finish telling you what I experienced. They were too much. Is it that
the one from women, the shock?
That's a small thing. Is it that when I'm pregnant for 3 months and then maybe he's very, very angry? The issue is whatever he says, he may give you strange laws. This is the strange law. I don't want nobody to know my secrets. I don't want nobody to hear that I'm not taking care of. It's not as if he doesn't have money. He wasn't a wretched person. You understand? But that me, the wife, I don't know where the hatred came from after marriage. After all the lovey-dovey before we married. When I was sick before we married, my husband can wash my pants. Yeah. He can wash my clothes when I'm sick. Which is a taboo in Ijaw land. He'll do it. But immediately I entered the house. It was like the devil came from nowhere. From
another side.
He will do 1 million good to everybody. Feed everybody. But not me. Not even in pregnancy. Okay. If I ask him for feeding money, he will tell me, please, don't even try it again. Okay. So when people are talking, I used to ask them a question. Your husband does not love you, right? Fine. Does he feed you?
Provide for
does he provide for food? Yes. Does he pay your house rent? Yes. Does he pay your children's school fees? Yes. Does he buy gift for the children? Yes. Does he buy you gift once in a while? Yes. Does he come to bed when due? Yes. I say forget it. You got no problem. He does not give me attention. I say what attention? I say if you not have my own kind of money, and You'll be wondering, how does he impregnate me? My children will laugh and say, Mama, we cannot tell you you are a fool. We cannot tell you you are a fool. Well, we cannot even express what you are practicing. That one is not love. That one is not love. You know, they are all grown. They will say, if he finished you, then you still go and sleep with him and carry pregnancy for him. Mom, this is not fair. I'll say,
they can't understand.
Jesus Christ, it was pathetic. It was pathetic.
I don't understand.
But I was bearing everything. And then when my children, and I have beautiful children. He knows my children. And you know one or two of them.
Yeah.
I have very beautiful children.
Yeah, very
and so when I look at them.
Your daughter even drive like a man.
Yes. She was doing Uber.
Okay.
You know, I have very beautiful children. So when I look at my children, I can't leave them for one woman. If I leave and it takes the children from me, another woman will come in and make their lives miserable.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
After I gave birth to two boys, I gave birth to three. I have three boys and one woman, and all of them have beautiful children. And so after the punishment, I think when I had the second child, and I was pregnant of the second child, about to deliver, he went with another woman, and that one was pregnant. And that one was very bad. He said, you get to leave the home. And I went somewhere. I went for my sister's wedding. Before I came back, a woman was already there.
Jesus Christ. My Lord Jesus Christ. Kai.
I picked my things.
In your own space?
Yes. Even my own clothes. She used my clothes and everything. I picked my things and I left with the boys. And people came from different places because I'm no longer beautiful. I used to be very beautiful at that time. So some people came. Some fine guys from abroad. I love you. I said, I have two boys. And I'll show them. I say, I'm very proud of my children. I love them very, very much. And I say, but I want to marry you and take you abroad. I say, I don't care. I can't afford to abandon my beautiful children. Because if I leave them, they will turn to vagabonds. And I don't want that. My eldest son is a big-time lawyer. My second son is an artist. Damsa knows him. You know. He shoots film and all. My third child is a biochemist. All of my children, I make sure they are placed. I struggle. I crossed my heart that, these children will not suffer.
They will not face the calamity of their father's mistake.
Only what I did was I was versatile. I was working in NITEL, yes. I was making dresses. I was buying and selling. I will always do one thing that will bring money, so that I will not have to look. Sometimes his friends will come and say, beautiful woman, if you go out with me, I will give you this. I say, I don't need that money. Go and take care of your wife. I don't need your money.
Yeah.
I can work to take care of my children.
They fell in love with you.
I said, I'm not interested.
Amorious affection.
I'm not interested because extramarital affair, it makes me to look at it. Tell me, what do I want? I wasn't promiscuous when I was a girl. Is it and yet, if you accuse me, let me tell you one funny story. Then I was supplying made dresses. Somebody called me. I want some adire. I want some beautiful clothes. Can you make them so that we can come pick them?
In quantity.
And the order was it was a short notice.
Okay.
So after he had gone to work, then I had retired. So I quickly went to the market and I walked down.
To source for, okay.
Somebody told him, Mr. Pere, we saw your wife. Beautiful. Your wife is very beautiful. She was wearing a gown.
And anytime you wear the gown, the physique is manifested.
And she was going somewhere. And then I finished my business. I bought the clothes I wanted to buy on the island, and I came back so I can cut and sew to their taste and supply. As he was coming with anger.
Rage.
And when he came back, where did you go? He was shaking his leg like this. I said, I didn't remember. I said, where did you go? Where did I go? I said, I'm asking you now, where did you go? I said, somebody asked for some clothes. I went to buy the clothes. There's an order. And once I have an order, if you collect the money, you say that money is much. Can I have it? Borrow me, I will pay you back. I can never pay back. And I said, so you want to tell me that you don't have two rappers in this house, that you are wearing gown, you are chasing men up and down. So if I have to go out, I must hide two rappers. If I wear beautiful gown, I'll be in trouble.
Just to hide your shape.
Just to hide my shape. He say, when we go anywhere, they will say, Tare, your wife is beautiful. She has a good shape. He say, just stop it there. Are you okay? So, in any case, he appreciates me, yes. But I don't know why he cannot show you that he appreciates me.
Oh God, it was protective.
His character is the reverse.
Maybe somebody locked it.
I don't know. Whatever happened in the spirit realm.
Maybe I was even going to ask that, can this be connected to spiritual husband thing?
I wouldn't know. But all I just know that what was happening between us was not natural.
Yeah. Maybe he was close to his family or something. Because in our own case, when we were growing up, there are a lot of still joys. You know, in my mother's own case, she grew up, and I think when she had a second marriage, my stepfather, her sister came from Ile-Ife, and when he saw the way the man was taking care of her, in those days we were living in the kids with my 12 there, and he told her she was not going back to Ife, and my mom, my stepfather was taking her in his 504. In those days, was 504 GR, 504 SR. So, and he was telling the man that Mafuba Lagbajadao that should not be giving his wife money. How can you be telling the man that should not empower his wife? So the man came back and told my mom, say, this is what your senior sister said to me, that I should not give you money, that you don't know how to spend money, that I should not even empower you. So she now challenged her sister, being a short-tempered person. That's my own mom. Challenge. Kill it, blah, 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 blah. And the sister said, we just sure we marriage that the first marriage, we were the one that disorganized it because the man didn't put his face down. And you can imagine, that's my father she's referring to. And I knew how it was in those days between them. It was sour, sweet and sour. It was always sour. So in most cases, can you say that maybe some family influence? Because in Africa, we have a lot of people who cannot handle success. When they see that you have a sweet marriage, they cannot
handle it.
Yeah, they see that there's a sweet marriage, they want to cut it short, especially if the husband and the wife are too close, they are too knitted. They are knitted in understanding and love and all that, and they feel that the man is heady. They could throw some.
They could, yes. Well, in my case, because I want to believe it's not natural, because I cannot say he was a wicked man. Not somebody who could share his salary for people. Somebody who could cook for everybody to come and eat.
Could throw a party
anybody can come to his house. If you just tell him you have accommodation problem, you say, what is there? Come and stay. He can bring anybody home at any given time. This person that has accommodation problem, this person will stay with us. So I wouldn't say he was a wicked person.
Maybe
but it was me. It is me, the wife.
Yoruba will call it Mr. Darani Tamadarani or something like
but and funny enough, when he's happy, he will just look at me. Hands the hands. Hands the English woman. Hands the Bekere, meaning Bekere means English woman. Say, hands. He will hail me as something you're not used to.
Yes.
This man is up to something. He wants to collect money. That means he has emptied his pocket. Once he begins to hail me, after that, his money he wants to collect. And then
after all the diplomatic rambling.
Yes. I've never seen a man that the wife is pregnant that does not buy baby things. He's not interested. He want to go to the hospital, it's not his cup of tea. His own is that he has registered you in a very good hospital, because I gave birth to my children in very good hospitals, because he was working in a good place, I was working in a good place. So we had our own home. We were living an average life, not a life of wretchedness. You understand me? But that me,
middle class, I'm
the one that he has issues with. You cannot see under our rug, you will see Cripsy notes, bundles, he will set it to the end. Meaning, we were not lacking, but I can't touch it. I want to die. If you ask me, your mama, you speak pidgin, your mama send me go school. Papa send me go school. I be like say one day, and if I don't want to die, because if I die, I slap.
And you can't even pack all the money and just run away and leave the marriage.
No, I don't have such conscience. I've been trained not to practice any kind of evil.
I've seen a senior journalist that in those days in soft cell, he went back home and the wife has packed everything, both the chair and everything, and ran away.
I wouldn't even dare to touch it. And I told my children, don't ever touch your father's money. They used to see it, but don't ever do it. If he doesn't give you, come and ask me. Don't ever steal. Be contented. Don't ever. And I trained them like that. And I thank God they grew up like that. They look at the money and remove their eyes. And you know one thing that used to make the children laugh? When my husband has money and he has a lot of money as he's coming in, the first thing he announces, I don't get money, oh. My children used to
like you are free man.
My children say, let us use our daddy's character to act film. We are going to say, as he's coming in, that means it's the opposite. As he's coming in, I'm not getting money. The children will think that has a lot of money. Even when I'm pregnant, I want to give birth, I can't ask him for money. He says, you say you want to born, Abi, you won't born. Every day I eat labor. Your labor, then they finish. He said, if the pikin want to come out, take 500 here, go to the hospital. Tell me, when the baby is out, what do you need the 500 for again? And so I became an independent woman because if I have to make the marriage work, I have to accept him the way he is. Because I know
reality.
He's not totally wicked, but I happen to be unlucky with him. And he showed me love before we married. And I loved him before I married him. And so I just zeroed my mind that, well, this is what God has written for me. And if I have these beautiful children, I want to be with him to take care of the children. He doesn't believe in paying school fees either. He doesn't believe in buying baby things. He doesn't believe in dropping feeding money. He will cook. He can go to market, buy what he like and put in the house and cook what he wants and satisfy himself. He can call friends. Even at that, when the baby is born, naming ceremony, he will call crowd. Do you know, my wife just gave birth to. She gave me a boy, another baby boy, come and eat. He will not give you 10 naira to cook the meal that people will eat. And it's not as if it's lacking. So I'm the one that have the issue. I'm the one that they cast a spell on, so I shouldn't enjoy my husband.
Oh God. That's a very big challenge. That's a big experience.
My mom with those people is happy. They believe that if a woman comes, he will stop.
In most situations, it might be people that is even helping. In most Africans,
I never can tell.
They will say, okay, if the woman come, maybe it will block the source of the flow of generosity. So they just do something for him not to have affection for you. And all that. In most cases, it happens.
And yet we have children. The time to have children will be friendly. And once the pregnancy is there, the moment I say I'm pregnant, from that day we have become enemies. The day I give birth. If he goes to office and come and agree to me, he will not even answer me. Everybody will come. And if I don't tell him I'm pregnant and I keep quiet and the pregnancy comes on, you say, so you have been doing secret business behind me. Other men are touching you. You tell me where you have this pregnancy from. We have started to fight. So I don't know what way to go around him to make him happy. I don't know. I went through hell, but it was nice to everybody outside the home.
But his wife.
Not his wife. So maybe the spell came with me from my home. I never can tell. I don't know wherever it came from, but all I knew was that there was a woman that he loved, he would have married, and his own family too loved. And they said, no, I shouldn't be the one, but we met in Lagos and we fell in love. But then I used to remember one proverb, don't play with words with people. When people are telling you something, be smart.
Don't play with words with people.
When people are talking to you, they are idiomatic, they are giving you proverbs, don't take it lightly. When we were cutting, we went to a very cool corner. People were eating, and a very, very good place. And we sat down, and he bought drinks with fruit inside of it, cold, chilled, and we were catching fun like that. He asked me very simple question. Are you ready to sail with me in a troubled sea?
Are you ready to sail with me in a troubled sea? That's a very, very profound question.
Are you ready to you know, that kind of a thing? Are you ready to sail with me in a troubled sea? And promptly, without thinking, I said, I'm ready to go with you to the farthest part of the world because I love you. He was asking me a candid question because he knows that I'm not going to find it funny if I ever marry him.
Jump into the marriage or jump into that even friendship.
He said, did you hear what I asked you? I said, yes. Are you ready to sail with me in a troubled sea? I said, yes. I love you very much. He said, I love you too. Then we are in for it.
Those are two profound words.
And people, love is not blind. Don't ever say love is blind. It is stupidity.
It's stupidity that is blind. Love is not blind.
Love is not blind because when you are conversing, you'll be able to pick one or two things from for the future in the relationship.
Those are, the new jets that will help you in the long run.
Yes. Those 2 words or 3 words, are you ready to sail with me? 3. In a troubled sea was enough for me to withdraw. 3 sentences. They were enough for me to say, get back home and say, trouble seeker. My daughter will say, she told you now. He prophesied to you. My daughter is very funny. Yeah, he told you, and I just went in. But it was after marriage, the same love letter, verbatim, he wrote to me. You write to 3 other women, Nkechi, Amaka, and when I opened and I saw, and I said, but this I did say it was a Maradona. I said, because my husband was very, very handsome. Very handsome.
In those days?
Yes.
Just like IBB. IBB is handsome at 81. Is it 81?
Gap tooth like IBB. Like IBB.
IBB was 81
dark,
yesterday.
You know, dark fluffy skin. His skin is very fluffy. And because he can make fun, he can play. Once he's coming, everybody's laughing. Prince is coming. He was actually the king of his land before he finally died. Prince is coming. Prince is coming. Everybody enjoyed him except me. Even though I do him good, I'm humble. Nothing. Anything I like, I should do. But once in a while, when he has a good mood towards me, and it's to carry beleo.
Most swing for production. Most swing for production. And after the production,
but if immediately after the pregnancy is announced,
the incubation,
no more friendship till after deliveries. After the delivery, friendship will come again. Now I had a very tough
marriage life.
But
that appears to be happening to a lot of people now. And if you look at the society now, it's full of skirmishes, marital skirmishes. People are breaking after 6 months.
7 days.
7 days.
24 hours.
24 hours. There's one you spoke about in the hotel. 24 hours. Because the man just woke up and the woman was angry because he pressed the McLean from the middle. And the woman said, "You rubbish, our parents will my share one training that I pour link from there the marriage book from the honeymoon from the hotel." And a lot of that going on now. As I'm talking to you now, some are even slapping their wife now, some are fighting the marriage. So will you now say that is it not profitable that people should search, should pray, should seek consent from prophets or from prayer sources before they marry? Because if you say, you love, on the health aspect, you will say, what's your blood group? Is it AS or SS? But apart from that, is there a need to know that this person is good for me or it's not good for me?
Let me answer that. You see, I actually prayed.